afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Here's what's making news on this Wednesday. As universities try to figure out their plans for students this fall, community colleges are also looking at what changes they'll need to make.
If you're sneezing or have a tickle in your throat and you're worried about COVID-19, that isn't the only possible cause. Experts say allergies are in full bloom right now. And
protests head to Washington to demand more stimulus money as House Democrats push a multi-trillion-dollar plan. Let's take a look outside on this Wednesday. More foul, Susan. Baby ducks.
It's a good message right about now. Just keep paddling.
That's right. We'll all get through this together. The weather word, storms on the way, and Chris is in the backyard to tell us when they may get here.
Yeah, that's right. It's a summer to spring-like pattern that we are certainly in starting today and really going into the full extended forecast. So we're going to see those clouds already knocking on the door here, and we are going to see more and more clouds continue to increase as we go through the rest of the afternoon and tonight as well. In fact, we'll be watching those chances for some showers and thunderstorms to move into the picture from the south and west. You see that cluster that has pretty much popped up over central Iowa. That's going to be moving into southern Wisconsin as we head into the nighttime hours, say 8 or 9 o'clock, and then through your Thursday morning, those showers will be what we're experiencing here in the Madison area and, well, really just about everywhere within the state. But also tomorrow, one of the things we're watching is that chance for some stronger thunderstorms, especially as you work your way just south of Madison, but southern Wisconsin is in a marginal risk. We call that level 1 out of 5 for some stronger to severe thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow. We're tracking your full forecast along with perhaps a return of those 80-degree temperatures that we haven't seen since last summer by the time we get you towards the middle of the show. So around 4:30, you'll want to make sure that you're tuned in for that forecast.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Chris. With the uncertainties linked to the pandemic extending to the new school year, the California State University system is announcing its 23 campuses will teach exclusively online in the fall.
Our Madeline O'Neill tells us how area colleges are preparing for potential changes as well. And she's live at Madison College. Maddie?
Well, here at the Tech and Community School, they're preparing for anything when it comes to the number of students next fall. But tell me, a perfect storm of a few factors could lead to a rise in enrollment. That includes which industries bounce back during this pandemic and what decisions high school seniors and current university students make when it comes to next semester. According to Madison College Provost Dr. Trina Bakken, she says a lower cost than four-year schools makes Madison College attractive to prospective students, and the fact that the college experience we think of will likely look so different next year will play into that decision-making process as well.
I think now with these layers of uncertainty, not only the health and safety perspective, but just what's the learning experience going to be like? Do I want to send my child to Montana, far away from home, and then have them do an all online experience from a dorm room? You know, people are rethinking what the next year might bring them.
Bakken says although the school can't go completely virtual because of its hands-on training in certain fields, Madison College has been doing online instruction for 20 years and is planning to go as remote as possible next year. Madison College is also looking at what industries might have the most job openings, like emergency medicine and social media, putting focus there. Now, UW-Madison officials tell me that they're still in the decision-making process when it comes to what classes will look like next year. We expect an announcement from them in July. Coming up at 6, we'll have more on what classes might look like next semester.
All right, we will see you then. Maddie, thank you. There are now more than 1,100 positive cases of COVID-19 in Wisconsin. 421 people have died. Health officials say at least 292 people tested positive within the last 24 hours. The percentage of new positive cases in Wisconsin went up 2 percentage points after dropping to an all-time low of 4% yesterday. That said, state health officials still believe the state is seeing a downward trend of COVID-19 cases. DHS is also releasing a list of nursing homes that have active COVID-19 cases.
Our Melissa Kim joins us now with the latest on those numbers and where they are. Melissa?
Yeah, well, as of this afternoon, there are 38 nursing homes throughout the state of Wisconsin that have active cases of COVID-19. 5 of them are in Rock County. Autumn Lake Healthcare and Green Knolls, both in Beloit, and Evansville Manor, Oak Park, and St. Elizabeth Nursing Home, those are in Janesville. In Dane County, only one, the Villa at Middleton Village, was on the list. Orchard Manor in Grant County and SSM Health St. Clair Meadows Care Center in Sauk County. Nursing homes with fewer than 10 beds are not included in those numbers. And you can find a complete list of the nursing homes that have those ongoing investigations on our website, channel3000.com.
Melissa, thank you. New at 4, another summer tradition, unfortunately, has been canceled due to the pandemic. The 2020 Dane County Fair will not take place this year. It was originally scheduled for July at the Alliant Energy Center. Organizers say it's evident that the risk is too high for them to carry on as planned. They're offering refunds for those who already bought tickets.
A leading model for projected COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. has once again raised its estimated death toll as states continue to slowly reopen their economies. The beaches in Los Angeles reopened for exercise and swimming today, but sitting and sunbathing are still off limits. Beaches in Naples, Florida are also reopening with restrictions. As states ease restrictions, projections from the University of Washington now estimate 147,000 Americans could die from coronavirus by early August. That is 10,000 more deaths than a previous prediction just 2 days ago. North Carolina, New York, and Massachusetts are among the states where projections have increased.
This is not a virus to be trifled with.
New York is also investigating more than 100 reported cases of an inflammation disease in children related to COVID-19. More than 150 children nationwide are now confirmed to have the mystery illness.
Protesters descended on Washington to demand more stimulus as House Democrats are pushing a $3 trillion plan. Skylar Henry is at the White House, where President Trump is meeting with 2 state governors this afternoon.
Motor coach companies rallied in Washington to demand financial relief from the coronavirus fallout.
95+% of the 36,000 buses we estimate are parked, and well over 90% of our employees, and there's over 100,000 nationwide, are either furloughed or laid off.
The Federal Reserve Chairman also warned there's a threat of a prolonged recession if the administration and lawmakers fail to act.
Additional fiscal support could be costly, but worth it if it helps avoid long-term damage and leaves us with a stronger recovery.
White roses were laid to mark the nation's COVID-19 death toll in the shadow of the Capitol, where the full House is expected to return Friday to possibly debate and vote on a $3 trillion stimulus package.
It's about putting money in the pockets of the American people.
But some Senate Republicans say the bill is a non-starter. According to prepared testimony, whistleblower Rick Bright is expected to warn a House subcommittee Thursday that the coronavirus pandemic will get much worse if there isn't a national coordinated response. The president has called the ousted government vaccine specialist disgruntled. Vice President Mike Pence arrived to the White House wearing a face mask to host a call with education leaders and meet with the coronavirus task force. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
The FBI and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency say that Chinese hackers are attempting to access U.S. COVID-19 research data. The FBI is investigating.
And Powell's warning of lasting economic damage did not sit well on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials fell 516 points to end the day at 23,247. The Nasdaq lost 139 and has now gone negative for the year. The S&P 500 gave up 50. Fears of a second wave of COVID-19 infection have led some countries to rethink their reopening plans. Wuhan, China is back on alert. In the next 10 days, China's coronavirus epicenter is testing its entire population of 11 million people. Wuhan reported 6 new positive cases of the virus over the weekend, the first since the city celebrates the lifting of its 76-day lockdown in April. In neighboring South Korea, the city of Seoul has ordered more than 2,000 clubs and bars closed after a new cluster of positive cases.
If the government of Korea hadn't done this, then there would be 119 people out there infecting other people. And so that is actually really gets to the point of tracing people.
In Russia, tragedy on top of the infections. A fire at a hospital in St. Petersburg killed at least 4 patients, coronavirus patients, and the pandemic hit close to President Vladimir Putin. His spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, has fallen ill, but receiving treatment. In Japan, some good news. The national state of emergency could be lifted on Thursday. Well, with the warmer weather comes the allergies, and many of you have likely been feeling it already. Eric Franke is here with a word from an allergy expert here in Wisconsin.
That's right, Mark. Just a recent uptick in calls. That's according to local allergists. Tree pollen right now is a pretty big issue. With grass pollens, they'll be causing issues by month's end. Now, you've got your sneezing, itchy eyes, runny nose. If you're someone who gets asthma triggered by allergies, some shortness of breath is also possible. But allergists are seeing more calls right now, a little bit delayed for a reason connected to the coronavirus pandemic.
It's very interesting that this year we've maybe seen a little bit of a delay in the season because people have been staying indoors more. And as you stay indoors, you're not exposed to allergens like tree pollen that you find outdoors. So people have felt a little better, but this past week we've been getting a lot of phone calls, and as we talk to people with video visits and telemedicine visits, we've heard a lot of people that are really beginning to have their symptoms.
Now, if you do immunotherapy for allergies, those sessions will be picking up again soon, if not already, to treat those symptoms. And many over-the-counter treatments can help, steroid nasal sprays and antihistamines. Most allergy sufferers will recognize their symptoms, but for those who don't, Dr. Moss says the biggest difference between COVID-19 and seasonal allergies will be the lack of a fever that comes with allergies. Mark.
Eric, thank you. Madison police say a woman has been arrested for drunken driving after allegedly causing a bus crash last night. 5 people were injured after 23-year-old Elisa B. Gonzalez allegedly blew through a red light and slammed into a bus near Westtown Mall. The force of the crash pushed the bus into a retaining wall. Gonzalez was also cited for unreasonable and imprudent speed, running a red light, and operating after suspension.
Well, even with all of the concerns that college students and grads are struggling with right now, student debt is not going away. A task force the governor created to address student debt met online for the first time today. The group is made up of dozens of Wisconsin residents that have different stakes in the discussion, from borrowers to college staff to parents and lawmakers. One person from the Student Borrower Protection Center said even with the freezes the federal government has put on student loans right now, student debt has been and will continue to be an issue, if not get worse. But that's just one piece of what the group will talk about and eventually try to solve.
Our goal is really to come up with a set of workable, practical, and implementable solutions that we can put forward. And I have great confidence and trust that this is the right group to do that.
The task force was created as part of one of the governor's promises during his State of the State address. Currently, the group has plans to meet about twice a month through the summer.
Well, still to come at 4, give my regards to Broadway because the Great White Way will be dark until September.
We'll look at the cultural and economic impact of a Broadway-less summer when Live at 4 continues. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Has your home's roof seen better days? Does it have some storm damage? If it's time for a replacement, don't settle for less than the best roof and the best deal. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by only 3% of the contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance that you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor, and we take very good care of our customers.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to, have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and save. Get free installation labor, free financing for a year, and get a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. During Safer at Home, we've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
Through all the world events since 1930, Surgenians has provided high-quality flooring and service to area homes and businesses. Surgenian's showroom is now open. Come in to see the area's largest selection of flooring options.
Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Well, if you've been out shopping recently, you've probably noticed that disinfectant wipes are still very hard to find on store shelves.
Shelves with cleaning sprays, disinfectant wipes, and hand sanitizers are still bare. When the coronavirus outbreak reached American shores, consumers quickly snagged any cleaning products they could find. But supply chain expert and Syracuse University professor Patrick Penfield says that was only the first problem. What happened next was a series of international supply chain hiccups, starting with a full stop on shipments of critical ingredients from China.
We're very dependent on supplies from China, especially from a shipment standpoint. So we had no ships coming from the ports.
While big brands have ramped up production, Professor Penfield doesn't expect U.S. stores will have these products fully stocked until late summer. On Broadway, the curtains will remain closed at least through Labor Day.
The Broadway League announced today that all shows will be canceled due to the pandemic. Caitlin Huey Burns takes a look at the economic impact of theater closings around the country.
Barbara doesn't like run-of-the-mill anything.
When the coronavirus pandemic shut down theaters, Broadway actor Michael Urie turned his New York City apartment into a stage.
Is this the set right now?
Okay, so this is where we did it, over there. All the furniture was not there, obviously, and the camera was sort of like right here.
Urie set out to recreate the magic of buyer and seller. The one-man comedy about a struggling actor hired to curate a mall in Barbra Streisand's Malibu basement touches on the timely themes of loneliness and isolation.
In this version, we were doing this play for people, and I and Barbra Streisand, wherever she is, in Malibu, presumably, and all of you watching, we were all in the same situation at this moment.
The show, streamed on YouTube, raised more than $200,000 for Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, which has a COVID-19 emergency assistance fund for those out of work in the theater industry.
100% unemployment rate right now among our membership.
Kate Schindel is the president of the Actors Equity Association, the union representing actors across the country.
The live arts often get treated as a luxury, but the reality is that live theater and live events are gigantic economic drivers.
Americans for the Arts estimates a typical audience member spends about $31 per event beyond the cost of admission, adding up to over $100 billion a year and supporting 2.3 million jobs. Even as parts of the country begin to reopen, theaters face an extraordinary challenge operating under social distancing guidelines.
When an actor hands a prop to another actor or a stage manager hands off a headset to a sub, it's hard to sanitize those things in real time.
For now, actors are getting creative online, but acknowledge the intimacy and the energy of a live show is difficult to translate.
it's supposed to be on stage with people. It's supposed to be applause and laughter, and we're supposed to share the experience with each other.
Yuri says the goal is to eventually get back to sharing those experiences together in the theater. Caitlin Huey-Burns, CBS News, New York.
Yeah, tough times, and as difficult as this may be for those in the industry, the theater has proven to be very resilient.
Surviving plagues and wars and adapting to several ways of new technology. Hopefully they'll get back on stage soon. Well, there's more to come at 4. COVID-19 is taking the medical center stage these days for good reason.
But that could lead to an increase in other vaccine-preventable diseases as we ease social distancing. We'll have more on that coming up after Dana's Chris's first warn forecast.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go. All from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find Wisconsin's largest selection of road and triathlon bicycles from Moots, Giant, Felt, Waterford, and Trek. Trek has a great lineup of sport touring bicycles that are great for day tours and charity rides. The place to shop for the world's most beautiful bicycles is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world. Free adjustments and service are included in your Machinery Row bicycle. So many fun things to look at and bicycles to test ride on the bicycle path by the lake at Machinery Row Bicycles.
You were always the responsible one, so much like me, always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
Well, take a look at this. Here is a viewer with spectacular taste. Larry sent me this video of his dog, Cassie. Every Friday, Cassie gets a front row seat in front of the television to watch her friends Lola and Louie on the News Hounds Now update. Cassie K is a 2.5-year-old Dakota Sports Retriever. She is half miniature golden retriever and half English Cocker Spaniel. And hopefully, Cassie is watching today.
Hi, Cassie.
Hi, Cassie.
That is so funny.
It's so cute. And I love how she, barks and talks back.
But it's just for the News House.
Yeah.
It's not for anything else.
Thank you, Larry, for sending us that. That was really great.
All right, Chris is over in the Weather Center. Good night to watch a little TV, perhaps.
Yeah, it would be. We're going to see some clouds coming in as we go through the rest of tonight, but then those showers and thunderstorms are going to be making their way in as well, perhaps for a couple of days. We have that full forecast coming up right after this.
Now, A WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
Well, this has been a pretty good 24 hours for a safer at home Greater Madison region. And we say that against the backdrop of Dr. Fauci warning of the risks of opening too soon. But Governor Evers' 5 at a time loosening of restrictions on small retailers is a smart and welcome, if modest, step. And that announcement was followed by news that now 5 of the 6 gating criteria of the Badger Bounce Back reopening plan have now been met. Free community testing at Alliant Energy Center and the ability of all local health systems to now test patients feels hopeful to us. And it's really important that there will be Spanish and Hmong interpreters at the community testing site. These are all reasons for optimism. Let's not screw it up. If we respect the new limits and restrictions and get tested if need be, we'll see more progress and reopening can continue.
Do you know the secret to having the perfect lawn? Maple Leaf Landscaping does. With their 6-step turf care program, you can have a beautiful lawn all season long. Check their website for special discounts and leave the yard work to Maple Leaf, your year-round property care experts.
Let's face it, dark stains and algae buildup can rapidly age a roof. But Mad City Roofing has the solution with our high-performance premium roofing systems. We're Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. Get durable roofing with Scotchguard protection to prevent stains and streaks for long-lasting beauty. Lots of colors and styles available and thousands of satisfied customers.
And then we just wanted something we didn't have to worry about again. And we've seen this at Mad City or that. We thought, wow, that's the way to go.
Plus, ask about durable metal roofing options for a lifetime of maintenance freedom. And now during our Raise the Roof event, 75% off labor. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Call during this program and receive a free $100 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 608-338-0590. That's 608-338-0590. Call now and ask about Mad City's Do More discount. Good for additional savings on new windows, baths, and showers, even kitchen updates. Mad City is ready to go to work for you. And remember, for roofing that looks great and won't leak, we got you covered. From metal roofing that looks like traditional roofing to our high-performance premium roofing systems. They're impact resistant, stand up to high wind, and backed with the Emerald Pro lifetime warranty. Call Mad City Roofing now to eliminate those roofing problems for good, and now take advantage of our Raise the Roof event. 75% off labor. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. And if you call during this program, receive a free $100 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 608-338-0590. That's 608-338-0590.
Do you know the secret to having the perfect lawn? Maple Leaf Landscaping does. With their 6-step turf care program, you can have a beautiful lawn all season long. Check their website for special discounts and leave the yard work to Maple Leaf, your year-round property care experts.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Where we are awaiting the arrival of showers and thunderstorms as we head into tonight. Some of those will impact us as we move into your Thursday as well. By Friday, a lot of those shower and thunderstorm chances will be gone by the wayside. Here's what we're watching, though. Perhaps the entire state, well, most of the state of Wisconsin will get in on just general garden variety thunderstorms tonight. That means there's going to be lightning, there's going to be thunder, but we shouldn't see anything in the form of severe weather. For tomorrow, we're going to be watching the northwestern corner of the state for general garden variety storms, along with most of southern Wisconsin. But as you work your way closer towards the state line counties, that's where we have that marginal risk. Think level 1 out of 5 to see some isolated instances of some of these storms being on the stronger to severe side. We're going to be watching that closely. In the meantime, this is the setup right now. High pressure, that's over towards the east, sending those winds out of the south and southeast. The cloud cover has already started to work its way on in from the south and west as well. We're going to be waiting for the arrival of some showers and thunderstorms. All of that is being driven by this storm system that you see out across the Rockies and the high plains right now. But here's the severe weather outlook for the rest of tonight. Again, most of that severe weather threat is well towards our south and west, but tomorrow, this is where we start to see that creeping on in, but the greatest threat for those stronger storms, it's going to be across parts of central and north central Illinois. Let's go ahead and show you high resolution Doppler right now. I'm focusing in on these showers of thunderstorms that popped up just north of Des Moines as we've gone through the past couple of hours. This is what's going to be working its way into south central Wisconsin as we go through tonight and into tomorrow morning. So we already have the cloud cover out ahead of that right now. Temperatures, though, they feel good with those winds out of the south at 20 miles per hour. 65 is where we stand right now. But man, is it breezy out there. 66 as you work your way over towards Janesville. Boscobel coming in at 66 degrees as well. We'll continue to see this strong southeast wind that's adding some of the moisture in there for the showers of thunderstorms that we're going to be seeing as we move into the overnight hours. Let's time it, shall we? This is 9 o'clock. As you work your way out towards the Mississippi River, that's when we'll begin to see those showers knocking on the door here. Let's get you towards midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning. This is where the clock is stopping now. Notice the showers at this point are a lot more widespread, and we keep them around as we go through the overnight hours. So now this is 6:30 in the morning on Thursday. We're all waking up towards the showers and thunderstorms at this point. And I want to point out what you're seeing over southeastern parts of the state. This is where the showers and thunderstorms have the potential to be the strongest into tomorrow morning. That's the reason for that marginal risk of severe weather that we have across the southern tier of the area. We continue now. 10:30 tomorrow morning, temperatures are at 60 degrees. A lot of the shower chances begin to turn off. And we're going to be warming up into the low 70s at this point. And then we're going to keep the nice weather around as we head into your Friday as well. In fact, by Friday at 11 o'clock, temperatures are already at 66 degrees. Watch what happens as we go through the rest of Friday. Another day with temperatures into the low 70s. A little bit cooler for Saturday and Sunday. That's when we'll see those next chances to rain. But folks, next week, I'm excited about. Plenty of sunshine Monday through Thursday. We'll see temperatures return to the low 80s. We have not seen low 80s around here since last summer. But we have that chance for low 80s back into the forecast arriving on Wednesday. And we've already have the Memorial Day forecast on the website. It could be even warmer by the time we get you towards the end of May.
We're getting there. All right. Thank you, Chris. Routine vaccinations for children have decreased significantly during the coronavirus pandemic.
Now the CDC is warning that that could lead to an increase in vaccine-preventable diseases like the measles as social distancing is relaxed. Danya Bacchus shows us how doctors are working to ease parents' fears.
Kimberly Dahl's 8-month-old son Egan is due for vaccinations. The pediatrician pushed back his March appointment because of the pandemic, but now she's nervous about rescheduling.
It's just not top priority for us until the numbers start going down. Like, yes, I worry, but at the same time, I also worry about the virus, too.
And she's not alone. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention finds childhood vaccinations have plunged since the coronavirus began spreading in the U.S.
To ease parents' fears, Children's Hospital Los Angeles and Altamed started a drive-up vaccination clinic to ensure children stay on schedule with their well visits and vaccination.
In tents outside the hospital, children from infants to adolescents are given their vaccines after a brief physical.
We're taking all the appropriate measures with our masks and our face shields and our gloves and our gowns, but we understand that fear. And so having it in an outdoor space, I think, was also a nice aspect to it.
Sandra Carrillo brought her 18-month-old daughter, Juliana, to the clinic so she doesn't fall behind on her shots.
I feel more comfortable out here than in there, and she's up to date with her vaccine.
The American Academy of Pediatrics believes a decrease in immunizations could set the stage for a resurgence of preventable diseases like measles, meningitis, and whooping cough.
We want to make sure that we are not now changing the tides of those other illnesses that we've had such amazing success in preventing because of vaccines.
The AAP is encouraging all parents to maintain the recommended schedule to keep their children and the community safe. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And according to the AAP, pediatricians are continuing to make sure that visits are safe.
They're doing that by setting different hours or locations for well and sick children in their offices, conducting visits by telehealth, and using rigorous sanitation and cleaning practices. We'll be right back.
With Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, you can earn a degree in today's hottest fields, anywhere, anytime. Take an online course free and get comfortable with online learning. I'm possible at Herzing. Learn more today.
We're back.
We got our to-go food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup. When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
I just love hitting the open road and telling people that Liberty Mutual customizes your insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Has your home's roof seen better days? Does it have some storm damage? If it's time for a replacement, don't settle for less than the best roof and the best deal. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by only 3% of the contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance that you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor, and we take very good care of our customers.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to, have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and save. Get free installation labor, free financing for a year, and get a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
Shop the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses from the comfort of your home on steinhoffels.com. Right now, Steinhoffels will ship your purchase free to your curb, driveway, or garage. Start shopping right now with a name you can trust. steinhoffels.com.
Now is the time to change your life. Herzing University makes it possible without leaving home. Start studying online and take the first step toward a new career.
I'm possible at Herzing.
Tonight at 5, another local fair is announcing they are canceling the event for this year. We'll tell you what county has decided to cancel due to COVID-19. That's at 5.
Milder weather returns tonight and tomorrow with showers and a few thunderstorms that should end tomorrow evening. Friday should be dry and mild. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, Wisconsin hairdressers are trying to convince Governor Evers their salons are safe to open. We'll have details on a new petition tonight on News 3 now at 6.
Wednesday afternoon. That's a live look downtown and maybe some storms on the way later. Chris is watching the forecast in just a little bit.
As we continue to be in the middle of a global pandemic, we're also in the middle of a historic presidential campaign.
Marquette Law School poll director Charles Franklin joins us now to discuss his latest findings. Hi, Charles.
Hi, Charles.
Hey, good to be here. Even the plague can't chase politics out of the picture.
That's right. But you did look at the plague and you asked people about safer at home. What was the reaction?
Yeah, people are still willing to think it's appropriate to have the shutdowns. 69% say that's the appropriate reaction. 26% say it's an overreaction. That has shifted from last month when it was an overwhelming 86% that said it was appropriate and just 10 that said it was an overreaction. So this is still a very solid majority. If someone wins an election with 69%, that's a landslide, but it's not the near unanimity we saw last month. And the reason is really Republicans, who were over 75% in support of the shutdown in March, but are now split evenly about 45-45 between whether the shutdown is appropriate or an overreaction now. Democrats are still 90% in favor of it.
You also asked a question about normalcy returning and when that's going to happen.
People are a lot more pessimistic than they were 6 weeks ago. Back in March, 71% thought we would be over the virus and getting back to normal by August. Today, that's down to just 38%, and over 50% believe it'll be next fall or later than next fall. So a real shift there. Even as there's a little more desire for us to speed up the opening, there's also a real change in the idea of when we really will be safe to reopen. When we ask people, what's the bigger risk, opening up too soon or not opening up soon enough? It's about 53% that say opening too soon is the bigger risk, but it's now 40% that say opening too slowly is a risk. So that's still a minority, but it's now a pretty significant minority. We're going to see more pressure for reopening, I think, unless, of course, we see a big spike in the disease.
Interesting. All right, let's talk politics. You looked at the 2020 presidential race.
It hasn't changed much since last month. All these other things are going on, but Joe Biden had a 3-point lead in March. He has a 3-point lead now. Lots happened, hasn't changed that race. That is inside the margin of error, I should say. If you average all of our polls from October till now, Biden's lead has averaged 2.6 percentage points, and he's up 3 points now. So there's just not much of a trend from October until now.
People's minds are on other things, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Let's talk a little bit about the special election last night in northern Wisconsin and what the results showed.
Yeah, it was a solid win for Tom Tiffany, the Republican there. That is a very Republican district, one that Scott Walker won with 60-something% of the vote. I think Tiffany was at about the same level. You can see a little bit of shifting within the district. St. Croix County, for example, has been drifting a little less Republican in recent years. But overall, it performed pretty close to where you might expect it to, pretty close to the way that Scott Walker did there in 2018. You know, we do have election. That seat's up again in November in the midst of a presidential election. So how things look for the fall, I don't think this special election was much of a harbinger one way or the other. If the economy and the COVID virus move in a good direction, that could be good for the president and good for Republicans down ballot. If the virus is getting worse or the economy is not recovering, then that would be bad for the president, bad for Republican incumbents. And so we'll have to wait and see.
President Trump carried the 7th district by 20% in 2016, and Tiffany had 14%. There's a little erosion there.
That's right. And if you compare Tiffany with Trump, it's down some. If you compare Tiffany to Walker in 2018, it's pretty similar. Again, I wouldn't read too much into it. This is about half the turnout in this election that we expect to see in November. All those extra voters could matter. As I say, it's generally a Republican-leaning district, but if you saw a surge of Democratic voters coming out and a national swing in that direction, it'd be interesting to see what happens in that district. And as I say, if the economy looks like it's on a recovery path and the virus is under control, then that'll be a different picture for the fall. Yes. But it'll be national forces that shape this, not just the local candidates.
A lot of ifs out there. Charles, thanks for being with us again. Stay safe.
Great to see you, Charles. Thanks so much.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Still to come at 4. Looks like the warmer weather is finally here. Time to get busy in the garden.
Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is out on our weather patio tonight. Hi, Lisa. She's getting ready to take your calls. If you have a question for Lisa, call now 270-9933. We'll be right back.
Of course, it's been a trusted brand for over 40 years, and now they're starting a brand new service. We have Tasha Robinson here joining us today. So Age at Home by a Grace is what?
Age at Home by a Grace is a high-quality personal care program that specializes in housekeeping, companion care, running errands, a chore service.
And a Grace really has been compassionate end-of-life services for so long, but Age at Home is very different.
Age at Home is more personal care.
And I'm really excited. I have this fancy Age at Home shirt, so I get to play a caregiver today, and we're going to go see Terry. What are some of the things that we need to help Terry with?
Today we're going to help Terry with a sandwich. He likes to have a sandwich prepared for him so that he can have it later on in the day. We also help remind him to take his medications. So those are the services we will provide for him today.
And you are hiring for those exact caregivers because you have a lot of people who are looking to have this service here in Dane County.
Yes, we are. We're always looking for caregivers. We have part-time hours, a very flexible schedule, and we have awesome clients to work with.
Tasha, who could benefit from a service like Age at Home?
Anyone in the community, anyone who needs personal care services, chore services. If you are just being discharged from the hospital and you need someone to come in and maybe make a bed for you, walk your dog, because we have pet services as well. If you need assistance with errands, we can do that. So anyone that needs help.
How are you at cards? Because I'm pretty competitive.
So am I.
Oh boy, here we go. If you are looking for any personal or companion care, please keep Age at Home by Grace in mind. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer, but I did pick clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Piqray.
How did these furry friends break into a Tennessee cabin? Barely, you see, because they're bears. Anyway, the occupants were there at the time and caught the perps on camera red pawed. They say the animals made off with several pounds of candy, potato chips, and even beer. Maybe they were training for this year's Fat Bear competition.
That's right. Yeah, that's coming up. Well, it's time to get your plant and gardening questions answered live.
Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is out on the weather patio. You did not come in the building, so we're still socially distant.
Sorry, correct? Lisa, we couldn't invite you into the building, but thanks for coming over.
No problem. So seriously, Mark, how many bear puns did you fit in that?
I know. I tried. I ran out of time.
That's outstanding writing.
I ran out of time. All right, let's get to the phones. We'll start with Sheila in Madison. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
What's your question?
Thank you for taking my question. Yes, I have orchid plant, and the roots have grown totally outside of the pot, and now the green leaves are starting to shrivel. Have I missed an opportunity to transplant it, or is it still okay?
Those little green shoot are actually aerial roots that if the orchid was living in its native place, which would be in a tree, they would help attach it to a tree. Leaf shriveling are usually a question of either watering or repotting. It might be that your potting medium has gotten sort of depleted and you need to repot. So I would definitely get yourself some orchid potting medium. It's usually some bark and perlite, and then repot it. When you take it out, any of the roots that are in the potting medium that are sort of brown and shriveled, you can go ahead and clip those out, and then get a slightly bigger plastic pot with really good drainage, and then repot.
All right.
All right, let's go to Scott in Janesville. Hi, Scott. What's your question?
I have a rhubarb plant that's like 6-7 years old, and it does really well. And it's doing really well right now. It looks like I could eat some. But my question is, last year, my neighbor just on the other side of the chain link fence sprayed his driveway in his yard with ant poison, and it killed my rhubarb plant for the rest of the year. Is that going to be safe to eat now that it's been filtered out through nature? He doesn't spray anymore?
I would check and see if your neighbor still has what he used. Most of those pesticides have a shelf life for how long they're active. And it's probably fine, but just check with what he bought.
Yeah, you said it was safe for flowers, and I said, I don't eat flowers.
Yeah, that is true. Some pesticides are safe for use on floral products, where others are safe. Insecticides are safe for use on food crops. And so, like, if he needs to do that again, he should use a product called 8, spelled like the number. EIGHT. That is a pesticide broad spectrum that will work on food crops. But I would guess that given this long a period of time, it should be fine. And yeah, but double check and see what he applied, and then you can go online and check the specs.
Okay. Be a good neighbor. Let's go to George in Monroe. Hi, George.
Hi there.
Hi, what's your question?
I've got a boxwood hedge. Some of the plants are now completely yellowing out on the leaves. It's as if they are dying. I wonder what's going on and what I can do.
Okay, so there are two things that happen with boxwood. One of them has been fairly typical when we have winters with cold temperatures and then warm temperatures sort of wildly fluctuating. And in the spring, the foliage dries out and turns kind of a soft yellow color. If you bend the stems, they're still flexible. And what you need to do is just wait till the new growth starts to bud out and then cut it back. The other thing that's happening now is called boxwood blight, and it's a fungal disease that starts with dark spots on the leaves, and then they coalesce and they take the plants out pretty quickly. Boxwood blight was found in Dane County last year, and because of that, the Bruce Company, at least for one, is not carrying any boxwood at all this year until we find some varieties that are resistant to the blight. So if they don't come back, you may have trouble getting them replaced for a couple of years.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, we have another rhubarb question from Sharon in Fitchburg. Hi, Sharon, go ahead.
Hi. Yes, I'm wondering if I can transplant my rhubarb now. 3 years ago, it was doing fairly decent. Last year, not at all, and this year, it's not coming up.
So it's not coming up at all?
Well, it's got little tiny leaves on it, but that's it.
So
they're not good.
We like to see rhubarb split, divided, and moved super early in the season, kind of as soon as you see that sort of rosette of leaves come up. That's when you want to do it. And then it will take a couple of years for that transplant to have enough energy to get you a plant that's big enough where you're going to have more than a stalk or two to eat. If you have some rhubarb coming up, then I would definitely use like a bulb booster or fertilizer that's not too high in nitrogen to sort of give it a little bit of help this year.
All right, and full sun, right?
Yes, and full sun.
All right, we are out of time. Thanks for everyone for calling in. Lisa, thanks for coming out and visiting.
Good to see you, Lisa.
Good to see you guys, too.
We'll talk to you soon. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Let me introduce me.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
#1 in color in Wisconsin.
Pick and Save associates. For the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
In uncertain times, where do you find certainty? Social distance doesn't mean you're alone. Even in these trying times, make sure you're making fact-based decisions for your retirement. Turn to the Madison Money Guy. Let's review your financial strategy together. You can meet with us face-to-face without leaving the comfort of your own home. Call Retirement Income Strategies to schedule your virtual visit. 608-208-1800. That's 608-208-1800.
Tonight at 5-Way, hair salon owners believe their businesses should be able to reopen. And another local fair is announcing it is canceling its events for this year. We'll tell you what county has decided to cancel due to COVID-19. That's at 5.
Southern Wisconsin is a vibrant, diverse community with great stories to tell. And I'm excited to be bringing them to you during my favorite time of day, morning.
Join Chris Stanford and the rest of the News 3 Now This Morning team. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
All right, we're going to be watching that chance for showers or thunderstorms returning to the forecast. You'll notice those moving in probably around 10 o'clock tonight. More showers throughout times on Thursday. We'll get a break Friday, and then Saturday night into Sunday, we could see more showers or thunderstorms joining the picture. Get this, Monday through Thursday next week look nice. We'll see those temperatures back into the 80s for the first time in a long time by the end of next week.
And that's Memorial Day weekend. All right, Chris, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, Dr. Zorba Pastor has all the latest COVID-19 news, and he'll take your calls.
And we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs. He checks out the all-new Hyundai Venue. It's the company's smallest crossover. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.